Hi,
Hola.
how art thou?
Ah, swell.
Oh yeah?
Thou art swell.
Thou art swell.
See.
Lake?
I think it's
Biblioteca?
technically a river.
No, this one's definitely a lake.
Is it a lake? Oh, it is a lake.
Uh,
Can we reveal the lake on the map?
what do you mean? Oh, you mean like move the map up some?
Yeah.
I'll have to make a whole new map, I won't lie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be nice though. That'd be nice. I might work out that while I'm on vacation. Because I'm going to delete all the apps from my phone, like I did last time. But like I'll still have my laptop with me as usual. You know what I mean? Just because I think it's important to be able to have that kind of stuff on
Yeah.
hand.
Because it'd be really cool to be able to see like what's going on in the north. Because you'll get a lot of information on where up.
Like where things are or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Could be important.
Anyways, so hi everybody, welcome back. So you guys are gone into the boat and obviously started traveling that way. Were there any more bits of conversation that you wanted to have with one another before we kind of like faded into your first night of sleep and so on and so forth that happened to?
I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, Tesla's probably a bit nervous because like he grew up literally being a miner, being underground, and now he's not on any grounds. So, but
No, it's all good. Okay, cool. So you guys are traveling along in the lake, and one of the things that the captain is doing is he actually the next morning, as soon as he sees Tessel awake, he's gonna walk up to him and say, excuse me, warlord. Some of my crew apparently has been speaking to a few of the soldiers, and we discovered that apparently 3 of you are warlords from clans Shado, Densho, and Kushibashi. I believe you are Warlord Tessel of Clan Shado.
yes, Captain.
I didn't mean to be disrespectful this past day. I was a little bit caught off guard, and
He waves him off. There's no worries about it. I understand we put you and your crew in a predicament that was unpleasant.
says, "Well, thank you for your kindness and forgiveness. And I suppose what I ask then is if you could forgive me for asking this, but there was a matter of the traveling to the north. I have no problem delivering you up into the clans to the north, but along the way, I was hoping to perhaps do a bit of fishing myself, test the waters, and see if there's any merit here. But you did pay a handsome fee to be ferried directly to the northern clans. Is that something that you wish for us to ferry you directly and quickly, or should we perhaps take a bit of time and
How many
test these
days
waters?
till we reach the north? To I don't remember the city that we're heading to, but I
Yeah.
say it.
He says to hit the shores of the north, we could get there in probably just under. He says probably within by the morning of the 3rd day, if we don't waste any time. Otherwise, perhaps the morning of the 4th day, we should be there. Weather seems like it's going to hold true. Winds are going to be fine enough for us to be able to carry from one angle or the next. I have a skilled crew that works for me.
How many days till the gala?
You guys have time. You're going up there early.
Yeah. Let me speak with my other warlords. I can't make the decision alone. We make one as a group. I
He
will
nods.
return to you, and I'll let you know what we decide.
He nods and he says, as you speak with the other warlords, please allow Varix to know that, he says, please allow Warlord Varix to know that if for whatever reason he or any of you happen to be growing particularly hungry and perhaps the rations and whatnot you brought with you for the travels aren't adequate, I, of course, in my quarters have my own supply of delicacies. I even have, and he leans in a little bit, but not too close, because, sailor breath. He even leans in a little bit and says, a bit of chocolate. Leans back.
Tessel is intrigued. Wow, it's been a long time since I had a taste of that. But I won't take your rations. I have no worries.
I don't know if Tesla ever would have had chocolate. He came from pretty humble beginnings.
I
It's up to you, though.
imagine I may have had like a taste of it through like a caravan from Paradel going north, right? They went through my lands, you know. There's plenty of opportunity for it to happen one time or another.
Yeah, there's a Karuk named I think it was Doktar Huxtable, and he said that it'll melt in your mouth and not in your hand, and
I don't get it.
it's okay. It's a lie.
Anyway, I have no worries. We will be satiated.
Okay.
And I go meet with my two warlords. Varix, Naren. The captain has asked if we would be amicable to him testing out some waters in the north for fishing. I don't mind delay. We have plenty of time, and I find this trip enjoyable enough.
Can he not do this on the way back?
He's just asking. I figured I'd bring it up. I don't have a problem with it, but if you do, I wouldn't protest.
I think we should see the route. The more we see of the north, the more we can map out ourselves.
He's talking about like 3 days to get to the shore of the lake.
To where you're supposed to go, more or less the morning of the third day or the morning of the fourth day.
Yeah. So if he's
Assuming
fishing, we're
everything's
just going to
well.
be sitting out in the middle of the lake, really not being able to see and that much, right? Or
I mean, either way, the boat's going to be moving. So even if you they stop for a little bit to drop the nets and get them set up, then the boat's going to continue moving while the net's down. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, it would give us some fresh fish to eat.
They're
Fine.
what's it called, drag netting.
I don't think I've had fresh fish.
So actually probably true for all of you, except for
No.
Jake. Obviously, he's been around long enough.
Naran has. He has a city on a river.
Oh, now he does. Yeah, now he does. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind. Again, you have my vote.
Jake.
I prefer to get off the water than spend so much time on it.
Naren.
I don't really care, but as far as our timeline,
Our timeline's well in advance and fine. We'll make it there with plenty.
yes. To be frank, I think we should limit our time in the north, so the longer it takes to get there, the better.
Is that your vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Varix is a little dissatisfied. Did you want to inform him of the good news though?
No, I probably don't mention it. I think I get what he was hinting at, and I think it's not. I don't think it's a problem. We don't need to eat this guy's like chocolate and shit.
Who's more or less just saying, "Don't eat me."
Yeah,
There's other yummy things.
I figured that's what he gives you well wishes, Varix. He's heard much of the Ashen Orc.
The chef is like, do you like veal? Presents a baby. Chef Rena makes good food.
I tell the captain that he can do his fishing as we go. And I ask him if he can, whenever we catch fish, if he can like tell me what the fish is and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. You can add an knowledge fish into your
Lore fish.
It's a wasted skill point invested if ever I've had
I'm not
one.
putting a point in knowledge fish.
I feel like
you-
you have to now.
I don't have any
Next
skill
level
points
knowledge
available.
fish.
I'm not. That's so pointless. I don't even
Fish
live
of
near.
Kijinxi.
I just want to do it because Tessa
Right,
likes
Shadow
learning.
Tessa.
Okay. Fucking hell. So anyway, that's what happens. Okay.
All right. So you guys are making your way up there, traveling along the way. It's actually really nice on the lake. One of the things that it takes a little bit for you being on the boat is being on a boat can be a little bit uncomfortable. It's a lot of jostling back and forth. The person that's actually the easiest to get comfortable with this is going to be Narin of the three of you, or the Kushibashi clan in general, because they're used to having a lot of movements. They spend a lot of time moving in ways that are out of their own control, right? Like they sit on birds constantly, we shift around, so they kind of are used to it a little bit, but they still have a discomfort here as well. The other two of you, again, you're not so used to not having control over how you're moving, where you're moving, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like tosses your stomachs about a bit. That's the point where we're going to make everybody make Constitution saves or Fortitude saves or anything, because there's no storms. You're on a lake. This is tolerable. The thing does have enough forward propulsion when the wind's going to keep it from rocking too much, you know? It's mostly when they're doing the drag netting that kind of like throws you off, where you can imagine Varix being like, this is why I didn't want to do this, yeah, you know? But overall, you guys are moving along, and fish come up, and you hear stories, and nothing really excites you. And that goes on for the first, 2 days or so of this happening. It's actually during the second night. Sorry, third night. When you're... the second night, that's right, because you're not quite there. The second night, when your characters would be sleeping overnight, right? Like everybody would be catching their rest so you can enjoy the days, whatever it may be. Where you're all welcome to make perception checks. Just understand you roll with a -10. You don't have to apply it to the sheet. Just know it's going to be 10 off of that.
Does Aaliyah get one as well?
Who?
Aaliyah?
No.
Okay.
Am I missing one? There we go.
We are 13 on barracks.
So it's actually, because again, we're including -10s here. It's actually going to be Varix that wakes up, right? So, Varix, you're the one that, while you guys are down inside your hole where you're going to be resting, you can imagine all of your soldiers are jam-packed together into more or less like a storage area and whatnot that they have for them, as well as some of the crew area, whatever. You guys are actually going to be able to take one small bit of the crew area to yourselves, but with like a little gap of space between where you're sleeping, where other people are going to be in. I mean, it's not that your characters are hoity by any stretch of the imagination, but still, you are warlords. These are just basic commoners. There should be a gap between you and them for reasons, right? Either way, it's actually Varix that's awoken in the middle of the night by hearing kind of like calls and whatnot from above on deck. Now, to be clear, these aren't screams. These aren't like calls of pain. These aren't like warning shouts of like an attack or anything like that. But you definitely hear like calls back and forth between the sailors, kind of like giving... you can imagine like yelling commands back and forth to one another. So there's actually Varix that wakes up. He kind of like comes into his consciousness, and he blinks a couple of times, allowing his eyes to settle into the ability to see at night, switching to the grayscale to be able to see in the darkness of nighttime in the underbelly of the ship. And listening closely, trying to hear what it is, he hears the crew up there being like, I can't pull free. Why not? Oh, just cut it. Just cut it then. I tried cutting it, but it won't pull free. I can't pull free. I'm gonna go get the captain. No, don't get the captain yet. You know, and you hear like three voices up there kind of like talking to one another. Somewhat muffled because it's calling through the actual ship itself.
Barracks would get up, and are we in the same section as our men?
No, they'd all be kind of like jam-packed off, kind of squished together, giving you guys a degree of privacy and space.
If we're not near the men, I'll go and have a look, I guess.
Sure. So you just kind of like, you see the others are sleeping. There's no reason to necessarily get them up, bother them, whatever it may be. So you go up to the top of the deck, and you can see that there are three crew members up there that seem to be struggling with something. One of them looks like he's off to the side. Another, you can clearly, like, as you come up, you can see another one kind of coming over, looking exasperated to join them. And they're grabbing hold of a bit of area that has netting. Now, you know that they don't usually do the dragging at nighttime, right? That's something you're going to want to do while you have more crew awake, so on and so forth. So you don't typically drag net overnight. You're going to do so at like sunrise, sunset, when the fish are going to be more active because the bugs and whatnot are more active, right? So the fact that they're over there grabbing onto like where the nets are that you know of and trying to pull the nets out of the water is a little strange. Maybe they were trying to do a little fishing that they weren't supposed to, whatever it is. But you heard a bit of the conversation. You see the second guy goes over and they're trying to hoist the net out of the area. Where there's another one who's kind of like leaning on, like holding onto another bit of rope, like kind of like as you imagine being on like a trolley or a train, like holding onto a bit of rope with the sway of the boat so he doesn't like fall down. And he's watching them, kind of calling out like, just pull it up already. They're hoisting.
Yeah, I just gonna stay where I am, kind of not obviously fully came out of the from under the ship, and I'm just gonna watch them.
Okay. So you're just watching where they are, and after like a minute or so of them kind of like bickering with one another and not capable of really being able to pull out whatever the hell it is that they're trying to get their hands on, they're finally like, listen, if we can't get it free, we just have to cut the net loose. The captain's gonna be pissed if we just completely lose the net. We could have another net, yeah, but we can't just cut the net and not let the captain know about it. The captain is going to be pissed if he realizes one of the two nets that he brought is completely missing. We're gonna have to wake him. Don't wake the captain. It's gonna make it worse. You want to wait till morning?
All right, I'm gonna step out. You kind of, you know how you like make your footfalls a little heavier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna say, what have you got there?
They kind of like jump and turn towards you. Nothing. With the guy that was kind of like hanging on to the rope for a second, he legit almost falls if he wasn't holding on to that bit of rope that he had. He literally would have fell down. And he's like, nothing. One of the other guys goes, how are you, warlord? And the other one kind of elbows him and says, Densho. He's like, oh no, did you come upstairs for a snack?
I was thinking about it.
One of the guys calls out, well, we didn't get any fish. We weren't fishing. This is the one that fell down a little bit ago.
No fresh meat, huh?
One of the crew members that when you say that, he like kind of takes a step backwards, but in taking a step backwards because of like them trying to pull and everything's a little bit wet on the deck there, he actually slips and falls off the deck over the edge. Like he's like oh shit, and like falls off the side of the deck and into the water with a splash. And the other guy like whips around to like are you? And then he realizes his back is to you, and he whips back around and he's like,
what's in the net?
He just slowly shakes his head.
Well, it must be big if you can't retrieve it.
He shrugs. He says, I don't know.
First I'll just say, maybe you should run and get the captain.
He slowly nods, like maybe that's a good idea. And he starts like going off to the side to he starts like quickly trying to make his way, like he looks off the edge for a second real quick, and then he starts making his way over to the where the captain would be. The other guy that had nearly fallen before and is like, I think he needs help. And goes to follow the other guy to get the captain, leaving the third one still overboard.
The net for the climb.
I'll just wait there.
Sure.
The captain
You just stand there?
Yep.
Okay. So eventually
Is there any splashing? Is that guy trying to climb out or anything?
So roll a perception check. No penalty. You don't hear any splashing.
All right. Well, he's gone.
Eventually, a couple minutes later, the captain's gonna come out, and he's gonna look pretty fucking pissed. So he comes walking out, and so it comes out of the area, and he's actually surprised to see you. And he comes out, he's like, "What the hell are the two of you doing?" He says, making his way over out of the area, and stops. He's like, "Warlord Varix."
Captain, what's in the net? They can't get it out. They're talking about cutting it, but why wouldn't they be able to reel it in?
He shrugs and looks at the two of them and says, "I'm not sure what these idiots were doing, but I don't. I do not know what's in the net right now. We're gonna go look." And he looks at the others and says, "It better not be a mass of weeds." And starts making his way over towards the to the net.
One of them fell off. I haven't heard him, so I assume he's not coming back.
He actually moves quickly over towards the edge of the boat and looks off the edge and looks down and says, "Fell where?" And one of the other guys comes running up and goes, "Oh, he's like, Tony fell right." And he like looks around and he's doesn't see anybody down there. He's like, maybe crawled around the other side. And
what's in the lake?
What do you mean? Who do you asking out or in game?
In game. I'm asking the captain.
He allows like a pause to happen. He goes, "Fish," and then realizes that he gave almost like a flippant response, and he stands up and turns around and goes, "I'm not sure. I can't quite see down there." And he leans over and he starts squinting, trying to see into the water, but the guy's a cork. He might not be able to see at night.
Alright. Seems like something got your man. I'm assuming being on the ship he could swim.
One of the other guys says, "Was one of our stronger swimmers."
Well, it took him without a sound.
And the one said, "Maybe he hit his head on the way down." Oof, rough way to go. The captain looks at you and says, "Warlord, you don't need to be worried about this. We can take care of this." And he looks at the two of them and says, "Listen, we're not going to disrupt any more of the time. We're wasting the time of the warlords. Get your daggers. Get down there. Cut this net free."
Just wait. You could have. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but there could be something valuable in your net. Maybe you should reel it in.
He looks at you and says, "Just reel it in?"
I don't know. Retrieve it like you normally do.
Yeah, I would need the whole crew for that. If it's heavy enough, we might need some more hands.
Wake the crew.
He nods and looks at the two of them and says, "Go get the crew. Not you, you idiots. You get the pulley ready." And the two of them kind of get to work. There's now enough noise and commotion that the two of you wake up as well. You wake up to there being, again, noise and commotion happening.
I look around. I assume I don't see Varix there. Did he eat someone? Tessel stands up, straps his sword on his side, and walks upstairs.
How about Naren?
I'll go upstairs. Yeah, I'll grab my naginata and march up.
Okay, the whole crew's upstairs as well as the three of you and the captain. Obviously, San's one crew member, so it's only 9 now instead of 10. They're kind of getting things prepared where they have an area where they're going to be able to grab the net and pull it up, but they also have a couple of hooks that they are going to send along the same pulley. So it's 2 ropes that are on the same pulley. They're going to like kind of hang off and just almost like fish down and grab onto part of the net, but like wider out. And then people are going to be grab onto those ropes and pull them. So it's kind of like you're hoisting deadlifting up from just off the side of the ship, but also trying to do like a lift and rolling up from a little bit further out on the net, right? So they get this all set up, and everybody does a big ol' heave. Ho!
I'll have one of my men retrieve my weapons, by the way. So you know.
Okay. I imagine your crew isn't really up on the deck. That way they're not in the way, but one of them can easily get that for you, right? And again, it's a heave, hose kind of situation happening. Try to get it up. And it doesn't seem like they're really able to lift it for a bit of time. Everybody can go ahead and roll me perception checks because I think all of you have dark vision. You can go ahead and roll me perception checks. It's not a very high DC though.
Ooh, huge.
Not 20.
Okay, I'll give you something with that.
Do I pass, Scott?
Yeah, so unfortunately, Kuchibashi doesn't really notice. He notices that the net is trying to come up, but it's like so heavy, whatever it is, it doesn't get up. Tessel does notice that what seems to be caught up inside the net isn't anything of value. It's not like it's treasure being pulled up in this net. It's not like it's a monster or anything like that. It's literally just like a mess of plant. And it's honestly like, to be honest with you guys in the meta, it's kelp. It's a whole bunch of just freshwater kelp that's there. But what was that?
Dry that shit and eat it.
Varix likes it alive. So
he had a kelp diet about a couple centuries early.
So you have what was I saying? It's a bunch of kelp that they're pulling up. That's what you're able to notice that they're doing. But it's so caught up, whatever massive kelp that they have, because it grows the way it's growing, like attached to the ground. It's probably caught in such a way that they're not able to lift the roots, so they can't get the whole thing wholly out. It's actually you, Jake, that notices that in the mess of kelp, you actually see like an arm kind of like stuck inside there. Like the person that fell in probably fell into the kelp and kind of got tangled up inside of it, which is why they drowned.
Aww.
First kind of like, huh.
Oh.
It's kind of lost and lets them bring it in.
I don't want to assist because I don't know if I can, so I just kind of sit there and watch.
Okay. Nobody says or does anything. After a while of them heaving and pulling at this thing, they're not able to hoist it up. So eventually, when they're just not able to hoist it up, the captain like looks over at Varix and the other two for a second. Then he looks back to the rest of his crew and says, "It's a waste of time. Cut the lines." If nobody speaks up, they then go over to the edge and they start literally cutting the.
Actually, did the man have a family?
Is what you ask?
Mm-hmm.
He says, most do.
He nods. I'll speak to you in the morning, Captain. And then Tessel walks back downstairs.
They cut the netting to allow the it to go free, to allow everything to kind of go free. And that's kind of like the end of the commotion. Everybody starts going back to bed or whatever it might be. Tesla goes back downstairs to go to sleep. No biggie. What does Narin and Varix do?
Varix will loudly thank the two sailors that are, one of them's dead and there's two other ones. He'll thank them for disturbing his sleep. And he'll just like glare at them. And then he'll stand there for a while, actually.
You just intimidate the fuck out of them?
Hmm.
Oh, God.
Okay. So, what was it saying? The, what is Narin doing?
He'll hang out for a little bit and then probably go back to sleep.
Okay. So when you go back downstairs over into the area where you are, where you were before Tessel, you go climbing into that area, trying to get comfortable. Can you go ahead and roll me a perception check again?
Oh God. I'm scared. Oh, I'm not scared.
You notice as you go down there and you go like trying to climb into your bed, as you go into the area where you're supposed to be, you notice that there's someone down there over by your bed. It takes a moment, but you're like, there's movement. And so you kind of playing it cool for a second, not immediately jumping into action, trying to see if you can notice any details about them before they notice any details about you, right? Or notice that you notice them, whatever it might be. You realize that, no, it's not just anybody down there. It's actually, looks like female that's there. You can see that whoever she is, she's got like long flowing dark hair and has like a very fair colored skin, almost like a milky white skin. She doesn't look like she has much by way of covering on, but the covers she did the clothes that she does have on, like the almost like simple robes that she has on, seem to be like dark green in color.
Is there like a doorway into our like section?
Yeah, so you have to imagine like the crew and cargo are stuck in like 2 decks down. It's like in the actual underbelly of the ship. Whereas yes, there's a door into like the crew area that you guys happen to be in, one of the crew quarters that you guys just took over, an area that should comfortably see 8 people or have 8 people sleep here. The 3 of you are currently taking that spot for yourselves.
All right, so Tessel speaks up. I would hold still.
So you say that out loud. I would hold still, and so kind of like her eye, like her like head snaps over towards you, like recognizing that you see her, and she like looks at you, and she has like these like piercing emerald eyes as she like looks over at you, and you can tell that like you're pretty sure she's human, like she's like just a beautiful human woman, and she stops and just like freezes, perfectly still, like looking at you, like does he actually see me? And then like realizing that your eyes are like locking contact, she's like you can see that like almost like oh shit kind of like look in her face as she realizes she's caught from like where she's hiding.
I would face me with your hands up.
So she goes to stands to face you with her hands up, but unfortunately as she does so, like the simple green robes she has on her, they start to slip off. So very quickly she like drops down with one of her hands to try to capture it right before the fucking thing falls off, and she's like is holding it up, so like one hand is up and the other one is like holding the robe high on herself so as to not like be too friggin' revealing.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
If you don't seem too aggressive after she does that, she then takes the extra moment to like properly like, slide her hand or arm or whatever in to make sure that she doesn't have to continue to hold the thing still.
I let her do that. It's like completely reasonable.
Yeah.
What are you doing in our quarters?
I was hiding, she says, very timid.
Wait, are you not? You're not meant to be on the ship, are you?
She looks at you, and she has like almost like puppy eyes, like scared and sad eyes, and she slowly can just see her chin moving a little bit to the left and right.
I would go back to hiding and be a little more careful about it.
She looks about the room and says, "It looks like there's not many staying here."
If you get caught here, it is unlikely that my companions will be as forgiving as I am.
There's so many out there, she says.
Hide, please. Go, quick.
Like in this room or to leave?
In this room, I close the door and I kind of stand, hearing Naren probably come behind me.
Well, Naren's going to come down a couple of moments later or whatever it is, because he says he's going to stay up there for just a little bit.
Yeah.
So you go to shut the door. You say hide. You go to shut the door. You actually hear her walking up behind you. Again, you got that 90-20 perception check. But when you like turn to look and see, it's nothing like creepy. It's not like she's stealthing towards you or doing anything creepy or anything like that. But she's coming towards you, and she's just kind of like, I don't know. So she's like, an arm's reach away or whatever it is. But again, nothing untoward. She says, I don't know where I'm supposed to hide. All these beds are hammocks, and the stuff in here is small. And then she like kind of like looks at a pile of you guys' stuff, and she says, maybe I could hide under that junk right there.
I would sense out of this. Okay.
Sure, go ahead. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, God, because Tessa wants to be nice. But this is so suspicious.
I mean, you also know that me and Naren are both armed.
I know, because you're gonna...
There's a chance we're gonna be returning our equipment to wherever it was.
I know, I don't know what to...
Just like throws a sword onto the pile, and you hear...
Wait, does Aaliyah have her own space too?
I imagine that she does not spend the time with you guys. You know what I mean? She she is going to stay wherever the rest of the crew the rest of the crew is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know what? I open the door. Come,
Yep.
come with me. Come with me.
Um.
I extend like a hand,
Yeah. She'll take your hand.
and I go walk to find Aaliyah.
So, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you roll me a will save?
Yeah, with a +5 from Charm to Life. Okay. Oh wait, was my sensitive inconclusive?
Yeah, she's genuinely scared and doesn't know what to do.
Oh, 24.
Okay. So like I said, you reach out, you grab her hand, and you start leading her to where?
I lead her to Aaliyah.
Okay. No problem. So you start leading her to Aaliyah, and you kind of there's other people around that will look and see you with this random person.
Yeah, but they're not gonna question me.
Yeah, nope, they will not. And so
They
you
will
walk
not
over to where
question
Aaliyah
me.
is.
Yep.
Oh, as you come walking into the room, like you open the door and walk into the room, Aaliyah looks at you and says, "What was all of the commotion?" Well,
Don't.
hello.
My kind heart harms me so. Get some servant's clothes. She pretends she's your servant, okay?
Yo, quick question: is Aaliyah and Aurorum in the same area?
Aurorum won't question me either, okay?
No, he would
Aurorum
report it.
tell me though.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
would definitely be there. Yes.
That's fine, but she's not my servant, so.
So, anyways, Aaliyah says, "Of course." And she immediately stands up and goes over and says, I know what would look great on simple. Sorry, you said simple. Will still make you look great." And she goes and starts pulling out some clothes. Problem is, she's a fucking diplomat. She brought clothes to dress up as a diplomat. So
That's fine. A diplomat's assistant gotta look nice too, right?
yeah, well, it's gonna be a situation. It's Handmaiden's Tale. Is what's going on right here. No. So
I looked at Aurorum.
Yep. So Aurorum just sits there and looks up and says, "Blessed be the gods that send us such a beautiful creature to aid us in our journey."
Is there a way you cannot tell Varix of this till after we depart the ship and her?
Certainly, there is a way that I'd be able to do that for you, but unfortunately, it'd be treason.
Sometimes the laws should be. I can't ask this of you. I know. Damn the kind heart. You'll handle it, Aaliyah. She's now. I look at her. Do you officially decree you are my servant while we are on this ship?
As Aaliyah hands her clothes, and she just kind of drops the ones that she had on her beforehand, she
I
says,
burnt my eyes.
she says, "Yeah, of course." And then we'll start, putting on the other clothing, whatever that's there that was provided for her.
Welcome to Clan Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I close the door and I leave.
I just need both of you guys to do me a favor. No reason whatsoever. Totally not important. Just open up character sheets for Aurorum and Aaliyah, and just for funsies, roll will save. Don't worry about it. Does not matter.
I'm assuming I didn't have any sense that something was trying to probe my brain or whatnot.
I think what Snaga said here, but he had a massive typo. Dude, Cell got another slave.
Life is pain. Okay. Aaliyah's Aurorum probably fails.
Well, Aurorum did say she was beautiful. He's taken by her.
I haven't.
So anyways, you guys eventually are going to make your way back to your room, or at least when you go back to your room, Cell, you get back to the room right as, what's his name? Narin is starting to go back in there. I don't know if Narin or you exchange words at all.
I say
No.
nothing. I go over and just as I'm putting my sword down, just check to make sure our shit's not gone. There isn't obvious pieces of missing stuff.
So you see him kind of fiddling through the equipment, like he's looking for something that he's missing, Narin. He can't find his toothbrush or whatever it is. You know that kind of search. And you just kind of see him doing that. But Cell, as far as you can tell, it doesn't look like anything's missing.
Okay, yeah. I pull out my holy symbol that I kept in my bag. Found it. Put it back on. Don't wear it while I'm sleeping. It's a piece of iron.
Bluff versus sense motive, please. Nick, you do not get a bonus because you do not know him that well. You guys aren't long-term adventurers together.
That's unfortunate.
You know that he's definitely being a little sus. YOLO.
What are you doing?
Dad mode.
I go back into bed and I lay down. I'm sorry, I don't like seeing unnecessary death. The man that died for no reason, it upsets me a bit. I was, and then he pulls out a bag of gold. He's going to give this to the captain to pay his family.
Yes, the bag of gold was in your pocket, not in a pile. What are you doing?
I sit back down. It is of no matter.
Tessel. There must be honesty amongst us warlords.
It'd be even better if Nick was looking up slightly, so he was looking at
Right at me.
Yeah.
But just move
upwards.
Sal to where Jake is, so I can be looking down at you like a disappointed father.
I discovered someone snooping around in the chambers. They seemed to be a stowaway. Didn't see too much of her worry. I checked to make sure all of her stuff was here. They had been handled.
Her? And you're hiding this. Why?
I have told you. Well, I fear sometimes, you less so, but Varix acts with aggression and anger on the forethought. They're just a girl.
You found this girl. Where did you find her?
I pointed out. She seemed to be hiding.
You found a stranger, a stowaway, in our quarters, which was empty when we arrived. And you've chosen to hide this stowaway and attempt subterfuge with your own allies.
Don't use your...
Don't use
I'm
wit,
not...
wit and logic.
I'm not your servant. Okay.
I'm just trying to understand some very irrational actions.
The kind heart is the one to be damned at times. It has been handled.
Fine. It's fine as long as it damns you.
Well, it has, apparently.
Yes, well, I certainly hope it doesn't damn anyone else. This is your mess, Tessel. You own it.
I do 100% own it.
You hear that, guys? He 100% owns it. Another slave.
Oh my god! You baited me.
No! Oh my god, no!
Wow, Nick literally only had this conversation to bait me into that line.
Oh, he's a masturbator. So, all right.
Only with you, buddy.
So with you, Jake, you are up there, and you see they eventually cut the lines, and things start to get a little bit boring, whatever it is. And when you're kind of thinking about the point, I should probably head back downstairs. You hear that there's still a bit of a yammering about the 4 crew that are still up there. The captain's already gone back to bed. The situation has been resolved. So there's 4 crew members that are still up there handling the situation, and one of them's like, you know, it's not coming free. And the other one's like, what do you mean? We already cut the lines. No, the weeds, they ain't coming free. We can't pull away from the kelp. Someone else is like, what do you mean can't pull away from the kelp? We can't pull away from it. It's fucking caught up on the hull, isn't it? It probably was. We were trying to pull the thing up. It got jammed between some of the planks and kind of held in. Ah, shit. All right. We need to scrub the sides. Who's going down? I won't fucking go down. All right, there's one then. And looks over to another one. Who else is offering? One of them's like, fuck. Take the extra pay. And goes in, because they have no idea that they're getting all that gold yet, right? So So they sorry, I'm getting like nasty heartburn right now. It's like, ugh, right on like, oh, jeez. I don't know if you guys ever get heartburn, but it's not fun. Okay. So, anyways, they have like a bit of rope kind of tied to them. Remember the pulley I mentioned before with the ropes coming off of it? They remove the hooks and tie some rope around themselves so they can get kind of like lowered down so they can easily be pulled back up. So they can start going down there and with again, you can imagine almost like machetes to start cutting away at the kelp that's down there. So the two crew are being like lowered down there, lowered down into the water or whatever it is, so they can start doing this. And you're still standing there. I don't know, Jake, would you even still stick around for this, or is this kind of boring it for you at this point?
No, I feel like he's awake. So it's either he can go back downstairs and lie in a hammock, or he can just kind of sit around and watch.
What's less boring?
Well, I also want to know if they're, still concealing something.
Oh, only
What were
one
they doing
concealing happening right
in the
now.
first place?
So you're watching this happening. So down below, you guys start to hear it. Up above, you hear like thwack, thwack. Down below, you hear like a whacking noise on the side of the boat, like it's reverberating through the boat, because it's like right outside where you're, where it is that you're sleeping, right? You're like a thwack, thwack kind of noise. You've noted the fuck is going on with it. What the hell is hitting the side of the ship? That's two of you boys. Jake, obviously you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Tesla's uneasy at the moment.
I should hope so. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I go back to Leah. I'm worried about that situation more. Tesla's so confused at the situation.
So while you guys are traveling to wherever it is that you're going, you're hearing the thwack, 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 as it's two different people whacking at different speeds, paces, amounts, whatever it might be. So it makes kind of like a randomized pattern of this like thwacking noise against the side of the ship, right, Jake? Until all of a sudden, the thwacking stops for a second, and you hear, what was that? Crack, crack. Oh, crack go. Hey, where the hell crack go? Pull his rope up. And as they go, like, one of the guys that's over nearby goes, oh, shit. And kind of like, one guy's holding onto the other guy's rope, just like kind of holding it taut, and helps out with another person that starts like pulling Crack's rope up. And as he's like, trying to help him pull it up, it eventually gets like really taut. He's like, what the hell? It won't pull back up. And then all of a sudden the rope in his one hand starts pulling through his hand so fast. There's like, ah! And he like immediately pulls his hand away. And you can imagine that the rope burn immediately causes like slashing and bleeding and whatnot, as like a hemp rope is being ripped through his hand very quickly, as it seems to be pulled under very fast. Nick, you're kind of like walking up to see, like assessing the situation, to immediately see that rope like rip through the guy's hand. And I mean, obviously you would know that kind of pains that is. I think IRL, you've had a few rope burns before. Anyways, and you're walking into the room where Leah and Aurorum and the woman are. She's actually dressed together in some pretty tampered down clothes, but they are on her. They don't fit her perfectly. She has a different body type or whatever than Leah, but they fit her pretty well. Like, they look really nice on her. And again, whoever she is, she looks human. She looks like she's maybe 20, 21. Like, she's young, but not like young. Very angular face. Like, I mean, just like the way that her hair is kind of like falling and everything, it just seems to accent her facial features, her eyes and everything so beautifully. You know what I mean? Anyways, so you come walking back in, and Aaliyah says, oh, Warlord. And she'll actually kind of nudge the woman a little bit, and she'll turn to you and give you a little bit of a bow and say, Warlord Tessel, thank you again. And she seems a little bit more confidence in it. Like, she must have like bonded with the two of them a little bit in the past, like say 10 minutes or so that she's been in here, but still has that very like sort of looking for almost like sheepish. Yeah, kind of. So anyways, you come walking in.
Take a seat. I'm just going up to question you a bit. You have to understand, it's a bit concerning when you witness someone scrounging around your room.
She nods, completely understanding. She's like, "Oh yes, I'm really sorry about that.
What is your name?
My name is Kylie.
Okay. When did you get on the ship?
A bit ago.
That's not adequate. When did you get on the ship?
I didn't want the captain to know that I came aboard, so I've been hiding this whole time.
Since when?
Since last at the dock.
How many days ago?
She sits there and she looks like, again, very sheepish. She's like, it's hard to keep track when you don't see light.
Is this happening at the same time as me and Naren are upstairs?
Yep, but 1 second.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a break here for me to go back to them so you can think of a response?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So we'll go to you guys.
Let me think.
No, it's fine. Because Tesla's smarter than you. You know what I mean? At least in this kind of moment. Like, you are not somebody who's practiced with these kind of interactions, whereas Tesla is. So I get it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because this is like super fucking suspicious. How do you not know? You know when the crew's coming down to rest, like.
Well, that
no
doesn't
way.
necessarily mean you know how many hours, right? So, anyways, back to you
yeah.
guys. So you see that ripped out of the guy's hands, like as the thing goes, and the two of them, like the guy quickly like turns to his companion, tries to like help him. He's like, "Oh shit, we gotta get a medic on this." He's like, "Oh fuck, what about the other two?" He's like, he kind of rushes to the edge of the boat, looks over the edge, and he's like, "I don't know what the fuck's going on, man."
Seeing
But I
what
think they're
happened,
gone.
Verix turns like his head to like because he's standing, near the exit, like to below
Yeah.
the ship.
What's this fuck just walked up next to you?
Yeah. He turns and he bangs on the ship and just like yells, Densho. More or less summoning his men, or like all of them.
It's like one of those moments in what's that movie, Black Panther, where he just kind of like lets out a call and everybody's like, ooh, ah, ooh, anyways, so sorry, Ashen Panther. So you make your way.
Did you just whitewash Black Panther?
Oh, dude, he so did. That was like the definition of it.
Might as well get ahead of the cancel.
Oh my god. Quick, okay. Well, it's not here. Give me ideas for questions. Quick.
This is your mess.
What
I
are
know.
we?
Mess.
I need questions to ask. Trying to think of-
You're probably gonna propose, man. That's it. You're done.
I'm,
Tesla's got a wife.
yeah, no. I guess maybe. I don't know, dude. Okay, good question. I just asked chat for question ideas because my brain is not coming up with them.
Okay, so Jake, you do that. You call out. Nick, what does your character do?
I'm going to ignite my Naginata and get some more light.
Sure. So all of a sudden your Naginata just like
Yep.
completely ignites, which of course anybody who's watching that would freak them out for a second. But luckily they're not paying attention at the moment. Do you walk over to where it is that they're looking off the side of the ship?
Yeah.
Sure. So you go over there and you look off to where it is the side of the ship. You have more light, so you can actually see like proper like color. You know what I mean? As opposed to just black and white. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception check, please, sir, man, boy, sir.
See if I can do this terribly. I'm really need to buff up my perception eventually.
Okay, I got a list of questions. I'm ready.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, looking down into it, you can actually see that inside the water, which is dark, there's like a huge like kelp field that's down inside the water. Like there's just a little bit of the seaweed is sticking up out of the water, just like a little bit that happens to be floating there, but that's normal for when you see kelp. And kelp is, generally speaking, can be a free floating thing. It doesn't always have to be embedded into the ground by any stretch of the imagination. So it'll definitely be like free floating in the area up above. So coming out of the water just a little bit because where it might be caught up or whatever, it might have been chopped and it's kind of like dangling there. It's not abnormal. It's just frustrating that there seems to be something going on. Maybe something's hiding inside of the kelp, whatever it might happen to be, is hiding inside of it. But you don't notice anything. The kelp itself is going to provide a incredible amount of concealment or cover beyond it being dark out, beyond it being a lake. You know what I mean? So whatever it is, it's probably hiding inside there.
Okay. I'll call up Kushibashi as well. We're going to bow up and we're just going to fire some volleys right into the kelp field.
Oh, cool, because the arrows do so much damage.
Unless they have spears.
So are you going to like turn and walk back over towards the doorway and like call them up, or like what do you do?
Yeah.
Cool. So you're going to do that. I just need to do something really quickly. I'll give you 1 second.
Oh God. Okay, I'm ready for my interrogation. That's gonna end up with something going terribly wrong, I'm sure.
Your characters, Jake and Nick, you guys are welcome to roll a perception check again. You're a little bit distracting because obviously you're calling up your crew and starting to give them orders, so on and so forth. So since you're distracted, you get a -5 to this roll. You can apply the -5 and then roll it.
I'm gonna argue against that -5.
Okay.
I
Are you not
gave
paying
my
attention to your
commands. Nope, I gave my commands and I'm watching the thing, like I've been doing the whole time.
Your crew's coming upstairs. What's your command that you gave?
Once
Nice.
they're all up there, I would say there's something trapping the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And I would wait. If you just want me to roll with this -5, I mean, I guess I have to roll with the -5.
No, I want to hear your counter. Go ahead.
Well, knowing that Naren's men are coming up as well, I'll wait till everyone's up. I suppose then, yeah, my attention will get divided as I speak with Naren and say something's got hold of the ship.
So you just made my point for me?
I guess so.
Okay.
Because
Roll your -5.
nothing happened in the whole time except for when I turned to look away. Yeah, sure. Alright. Let me have
You
the
walked right into that one, I guess, like I do. I believe in you, Jake.
-5.
It was well put.
Wow. You guys both rolled very well. So anyways, I imagine Nick's character is a little bit closer to the area than you are anyways. You know what I mean? So what happens is, Jake, you also can switch back to the regular spectrum of light because you have his kind of like, glowing thing kind of held up, providing light, and you're talking to him, looking past over him. He's going to notice your facial reaction. He's going to be able to turn around and see what's going on as well. As what seems to happen is one of the two crew members that ran over to look off the side of the ship, one of them with his hand all fucked up or whatever it is, you look over and all of a sudden you see that person just go and go, oh shit, I'm going to break my chair. Go and go flying off the side of the ship. Seems like they're pulled off, which throws you like this fucking confusing for a second as you both whip around to look. And this time you're able to keenly see what happens. It looks like a bit of the kelp itself, like somebody down below is almost using it like a whip or a lasso. Reaches up and a little bit wraps right around the guy's throat, and a little bit wraps right around one of the guy's arms, like the arm that's opposite where their good leg is, which should throw them off balance. And just like both bits pull so hard and so fast that they also go flying off the side of the ship, meaning in total 5 out of the 9 crew plus captain have been pulled off the side of the ship. If you immediately like rush over to look down below, would either of you do so, or would you fuck that? No, I'm staying back here.
No,
I'm gonna cast a spell.
What's that, Nick?
I'll rush over.
So you rush over and you look down as quickly as you can, and as you rush over to look down as quickly as you can, you see they're already under water. Fucking mermaids, man.
Fucking mermaids.
It's an emote too. I'm not sure who has access to it, but it's one of the emote fields. Daelric Merm. Anyways, so
It is.
yeah.
It's funny.
So either way, what spell do you cast, Dead Show? And then I'm gonna come back to you, Shado.
Yeah. Aye.
I'm gonna make, because I actually have 5 follower emotes, which is pretty cool. So the emotes just for anybody that's a follower, and then but they can only be used on this channel. You can't use them on other channels. Then there's the subscriber ones and the bit bomb ones. When you hit certain bit tiers, you get more emotes unlocked too, which I'm still waiting for the art to come in. Anyways, all the follower ones are gonna be like channel specific memes. It's like old jokes. So like Daelric or like the common denominator, all those things are gonna be like channel specific memes.
I'm sorry.
I refuse. I cannot pay an artist to make that. I cannot request anybody to make that. Those are the rules, the exact rules put forward by my wife. I cannot pay an artist to make that, and I cannot request an artist to make it. Those are the rules set forward by my wife.
To make what?
So if someone just perhaps made it for you.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and speak in hypotheticals. I'm going to speak in the situation that we're currently in, which is your character is down there, and
Yeah. Okay.
having a
I
conversation.
just want to know what I'm going to be paying somebody to make. So
So I ask, where are you from?
By the way, Cerulli Cat is absolutely amazing of an artist. I love Cerulli Cat. I think they're incredible. So you say, where are you from?
Yes.
She looks a little complexed. She looks a little like confused. Not
What
complexed.
clan?
She- and then when you say what clan, she goes, "Oh, that's part of the problem. I don't have a clan."
Is that something that's like not normal, right?
I mean, yes and no. It is not normal that somebody would want to admit to it, but there are definitely many clanless people. I mean, that's why you're going to have like vagabond groups of people traveling, and why you might have people living inside the clan on the streets and don't seem to have a place. And the clanless exist. They're just like a third-class citizen. I keep looking over here at you, even though you're over here as well, and I should just look at you over here.
How
Hi.
old are you?
Oh, she says, didn't always count the years. I think I'm 18, maybe a little bit more.
He gives like almost like he's giving a reassuring smile, but I'm probably have to roll bluff here because it's like I'm trying to be like nice to get shit in. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. But again, not counting every year, that's not super uncommon for people of lower, education and what kind of lifestyle they live and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's just, again, it's one of those things where it's like, I get it. It's pretty weird. Like all this together.
Yeah. Where are you going? What's your destination?
I was trying to find a home for myself away from. I left for a reason, right?
What reason?
I was. My family had expectations for me. They wanted me to follow their path, and I'd rather be free. I'd rather.
What was that path?
She kind of like stops as she realizes she's being like grilled. Like she didn't realize that until this point. And she stops and she gives you this like, am I in trouble? And she like looks over to the other two that are side by side. I don't know if you speak before anybody else does.
I do.
Okay.
I put a hand up to make sure they don't speak.
Okay.
Look, you have to realize that warlords traveling north in unknown lands puts us on edge. Discovering someone that doesn't know how long they've been in this boat, doesn't have a clan, doesn't know where they're going, it's a bit unnerving. Now, I have 2 more questions after you answer the one I just asked.
Which question did you just ask?
What was your family's expectations?
They wanted me to marry who it was that they wanted of me and to follow the family traditions, and I didn't see that
The
for
family
myself.
traditions of a clanless person marrying into a clan, that does not seem much of a tradition if you're clanless.
No, I'm clanless now.
What was your clan?
I'd rather not say.
You don't have a choice.
You could see like Aurorum kind of like opens his mouth like he wants to say something at this point.
This is like probably unnerving for Aaliyah because Tesla's normally always like super kind.
Yeah, I'm aware. Aaliyah's not saying anything. She's pursed-lipped and listening. You're her warlord, and again, as you just described. But Aurorum actually opens his mouth to say something. I don't know if you again interrupt him or not.
He holds up. He doesn't want any comfort coming in because this is like full pressure on, right?
Yep.
There's no outs here. She has to answer the question.
So she says, I
Do not delay. I've given you much kindness.
She nods. Sense motive?
Yeah.
It's a good roll.
It's a good roll. I'm gonna like this too. Fuck it.
Okay,
24.
I'm gonna open roll this time.
God damn it. Shit. Oh my god.
Oh,
we tied.
no.
That means I win.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
That was clutch from you, so.
I'm like, no, I have to like this because this is like a situation that's like so fucked.
So that win that you just got right there means that she's not going to catch you off guard. You get to roll initiative, and
Fuck yes, I
she
knew.
does not get to act first.
Yeah. My sword is ready to get drawn because this is not a situation. Tessel was only super suspicious because of the shit going on around the ship, right?
Yep.
You would have heard as well, like
Yeah,
people yelling, getting ready, scrambling.
Yeah, well, once I heard, like, I assume I'm hearing all, like, your troops marching, I know something's going wrong, and this is the only suspect, right? So I roll initiative. Which is a 20. I didn't select my token, that's fine. Just gotta add it.
I got a plus. Okay. Do I have? I do have it. Yeah. So press.
I'll roll again, but I'll just... Oh, okay. It's not high, it's not. So I go first. Should I roll for Aaliyah?
Is Aaliyah going to engage in combat? Is it Aurorum?
Aurorum, I think it's probably... I assume Aukrum's under some charm.
I don't imagine Aaliyah will really engage in combat. She's not really a combative person.
She's actually trained in the bastard sword, remember? So you built her.
Oh, shit. That's right. Aaliyah's actually fucking a soldier.
Yeah,
she absolutely
like, what
would.
the fuck? Aaliyah would. Like, you built this character. I need.
Oh, by the way, Daelric, you do have a whatever its wisdom that was tossed to you by Steve about 2.5 hours ago.
Give me a token for
Thanks,
Aaliyah.
Steve.
I just drag and drop her onto the.
Yeah. I said that. I'm like, wait, why don't I just? There we go. She rolled low as fuck. That makes sense. She was probably surprised.
Yep, and I don't think Aurorum would engage. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jake.
No, I don't believe so. He's
Okay.
not a combatant.
You see all of a sudden her facial expression changes as she starts like shift her weight and go to move forward. How do you react?
This is obviously her being aggressive, correct?
You can definitely tell like she's, if not aggressive, she's trying to get away or whatever it might be. Like she's either going to attack you or to push past you.
I will like jump back with my sword drawn and stand in the doorway preparing, I guess, an action.
So free 5 and step back and prepare an action too.
To
All you have to do is defensive or offensive. That's all you have to do.
what does that mean?
You don't have to give me
Offensive.
specific rules. You just tell me if
Yeah.
you want to do something defensive or offensive.
Offensive, or yeah. Well, whenever she comes, if she's gonna try to get past me, I'm gonna attack her. Stop her.
Okay. So I would say it's actually defensive. Like stop her from coming through. Yep, I gotcha.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
I guess I would just say, you will not win in a fight.
Okay. And that was your turn?
Yes.
Okay. You might be right. But she's going to jump forward, and she's going to try to move past you. But to do so, first I have to try to grapple you. So the fun thing I get to do is make my attack.
I get attack 2 on her, right?
Yes, you do. So she's lunging forward at you to try to grab at you to get past. She's like, I gotta go. She says as she goes to do that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Do I want to? She probably doesn't have a 20 AC. It'd be a lot if she did. So is a 19 hit?
Hits.
Okay. I would be surprised if it didn't. So she takes 9 plus 7, so 16.
Jesus.
Unless she's immune to precise damage.
I'm actually confirming that right now. Okay, so you hit her and you fucking stab her and hurt her pretty heavily. You're gonna be able to make a perception check with a -5, and I'm gonna attack you.
Yep. Would it be fair that I've gotten my armor on at this point? At some time between this, I have leather, so it takes a minute to put on.
You were getting ready to go back to bed, and then you immediately popped it up and came out here. So I would imagine no.
That's exactly my AC.
So is that with the -5 included?
Oh, I didn't know I needed -5. No, so it's
a 13. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so she hits you. So, but in hitting you, she's going to do a whopping, nothing crazy, honestly.
I'm not worried about getting hit.
Yeah. She's going to do a whopping, where are you?
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to fucking have to kill her.
She's whopping 5 points of damage, nothing crazy to you. But the big thing is that she is going to actually grapple you. So she, and I'm going to describe how this plays out.
Doesn't she have to beat my CMD with a grapple?
Correct, but she actually does that after.
Okay,
yep.
After the attack. Okay,
yep.
Understood. Because my CMD is a lot higher.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, no way.
Oh!
Does not beat my CMD.
Okay, so I would say with your 13 total with the perception check, you actually unfortunately do not notice whatever it was that just took place, but you definitely fucking caught her. You definitely hurt her pretty badly. She tries to grapple at you to try to, shove her way around you, but unfortunately you're actually able to keep her at bay, both with the combination of the injury that you did to her and like how you're repositioning yourself in the door and whatnot. She's not able to grab you to slip past you. So you keep her exactly with where you are.
It's Aaliyah's turn.
Aaliyah's in her own room. She'll definitely be able to draw her bastard sword.
I don't know if she would.
So I'm Aaliyah.
Yeah.
So Aaliyah, right, seeing the situation, she wouldn't necessarily want to jump immediately into combat because you didn't ask her to, and you seem to have the situation handled. But she does actually turn around and goes and draws her bastard sword. And Aurorum steps over and puts a hand, I guess she has it like raised up, puts a hand on the base of the hilt and says, "This isn't our fight. The gods have deemed it between them."
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay. So anyways, the it's now it's your turn.
Wait, is non-lethal -4 to hit?
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna get to these boys upstairs in a second.
Okay, I'm gonna do all my attacks as non-lethal this time.
Okay.
So melee temp attack -4. I'm gonna pop a key panache. Pop a key panache to do. It is.
Tissel's men are in this room.
Which one is it? My brain. It is. Oh yeah, it is actually just key panache. And I'm gonna get an extra attack in my highest fab.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have 3 attacks this round.
With a -4.
-4. Do you want me to roll all the attacks first?
Oh my god, hold up.
One at a time, I guess, right?
Does that include the -4?
Yeah.
So the -4 is included in that 17?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that 17, or do you want to modify it to confirm that crit?
I'm not worried about hitting a crit. I have 3 attacks and I'm probably gonna hit all 3.
Okay, 1 second. A 17 is her AC, you crit.
Okay, I crit? Okay, that's unfortunate for her. So first attack does...
Hold up. Okay.
18 plus 7, so a number that my brain can't do quick. 25. Is she unconscious?
Nope, she's not.
Okay, then I go for attack 2 at my highest bab. 24 hits. Is she knocked unconscious with another 17?
Give me 1 second to answer your questions because I have to double check something, okay?
Okay. Yeah. And I guess I'm very obviously making my attacks like
Okay,
not killer.
I want to say yes, but I just want to confirm something.
Yeah, go for it. Say yes to if she's unconscious. Tassel is really good at single combat, boys.
1 second, sir.
Except for like all your other heroic moments, Barracks and I never saw any.
That's so true. Every time I do something cool, you guys are doing other shit. Nick, you should be proud that Scolding made Tessel come back here and question the situation more.
Good. The disappointed dad routine always works.
Yeah. Tessel had a very kind dad, never the disappointing dad.
Okay, cool. I just need to confirm something. Yes, she's unconscious.
Okay. So I don't obviously attack her with my last attack.
Okay. And so as she like with that last like she drops unconscious, that's when you would look down and you would see something strange. Where you stabbed her, where she's hurt, you actually notice she has green blood. So back for you guys up top.
That's fucking.
Back for you guys up top. You notice that obviously everything that we just discussed beforehand. All of a sudden, like bloop bloop bloop, you ate that mushroom, and you tripping balls. Can I get some DJ Myson in chat, please? So, anyways, you are obviously getting like much larger in size to the point where, hey Jake, could you do me a favor? Don't worry about it. Totally not important at all. Can you make me an acrobatics check? It does not matter. It's perfectly fine. No important details at all. You just go ahead and roll the acrobatics check.
I'm not falling through the floor, right?
No, you're not falling through the floor at all. Don't worry about that.
Or
Hit my
Varix.
head on something?
Oh, you made yourself large size, right? So you have the appropriate penalty to dexterity.
Yep.
Oh God.
Cool. So
Haven't added that in yet. Hang on, wait. Didn't have the right penalties in there, buddy. Hang on.
Listen here, you motherfucker. You haven't made yourself large size yet?
No, I haven't. There we go. And I have to change it on the actual size thing to large. Alright, now that should...
Are you gonna give him the reroll on that?
Yeah. Alright.
I mean, if I don't,
Joey's special.
Joey's gonna bleed everywhere. Joey's just gonna like start crying blood, just like.
A 15, let's go. You might not drown today.
I want to see if there's actually a change. It did actually change to a. Wait, when you're large size, do you not get a penalty to acrobatics? You get a penalty to.
You do. It's a +1 instead of +2.
It's...
No, that's the strength difference. But hold on.
Yeah.
Strength?
Hold on a second.
Different. It's dex for acrobatics, right?
Yeah, nothing else changes, right? None of
I've
the
changed
skills-
it on the sheet to like from medium to large.
That
It's
doesn't
just
change
stealth and fly that are affected. So nothing else. It's just stealth and fly. So yeah, you're fine. That's what it should be. Again, I will allow you to get away with this for now, Jake, because I don't want to listen to Joey crying for the next 45 sessions. Okay, because he will. He'll
Because
cry.
the character drowns.
He'll cry. So you become large sized, and all of a sudden, Naren, I think you've seen him do that once before. He became a big boy, and down below deck, everybody hears like, doo, as you hear like wood creaking a bit beneath his foot. Nothing's breaking or anything like that. It's a fucking shipping thing. It's meant to handle large amounts of weight, right? It's very reinforced, but you can hear creaking of the wood down below. Joey. So that'd be a funny emote. Joey just crying. So when do I get my true emote cell? So what do you do, Jake? Oh, you cast your spell. You looked over the board. You guys saw those details. I suppose you guys are technically allowed to roll initiative just to keep things in order. So I'm gonna reset initiative.
Yeah. Hopefully, I handled the situation. This shit stops too.
That's for other crew, which, by the way, there's none on the deck of the ship right now anyways. Anyways, so this is how it's going to play out. Whatever that creature is going to go last. So first up is Densho. What do you do?
I make myself stronger.
Nick, you also got a whatever's wisdom.
Such a good spell.
Nobody gave it to Tesla because they knew he could handle it on his own.
Which I did.
Okay. So you cast a spell. What do you do? So again, crew are starting to wake up downstairs and try to figure out what the fuck's going on. Narum, what do you do?
I mean, so right now there's just little seaweed tentacles popping out of the water.
You don't even see anything pop out of the water. You just see seaweed kind of like floating on top of the thing. And earlier you saw it kind of like wrap around somebody and pull them off and down and underneath water. And you ran off to the edge, and you're now standing at the edge and looking off, trying to see what the fuck's going on.
I googled it, and arrows have a 5 to 10 foot range in water.
They're correct.
They're still lethal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell my men to just volley over the sides,
Mm-hmm.
and then pull back. One volley and then pull back. And then while they volley, if anything pops up, I'm preparing an action to charge and slash.
So you're literally going to tell them to rush forward, which makes sense. Drawing like an arrow while they go to have everybody take aim and fire down and into the water. This is a volley. Pathfinder actually specifically has rules for volleys. It's actually led by you. It makes it an AoE attack. I know there's rules for it. Or that, or it came from 3.5. No, not that one. Whenever you deal damage to a range, no. It might be 3.5 volley attack. Archer volley question, Reddit. Volley fire. 1 second. There's a rule where you make like a single check and then... No. No, this is from the Wrath and Righteous thing. So no, not that. Let's do 5e. Sorry, 3.5. 3.5 volley rule. Scouts and volley rule. Okay, volley rule. It's been a hot minute since I used this rule. The volley rule is precision damage. Precision damage of 4 round action specific. What's this? The volley rule. So it take multiple attacks during. No, that's the money shot thing. So if I remember correctly, more or less what it is they take a shot at the leader's attack roll. It takes the shot, and if I remember correctly, it just turns an area. It's supposed to be like a 10 by 10 area. It becomes an AOE attack that does the base damage of the weapon. So if it's like a longbow, that's 1d8, right? And then everybody in the area is supposed to get a reflex save. I think it's like DC like 13 plus blah 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 blah. So there's nothing crazy to avoid that. And then if you make the save, you just take half damage. If you fail to save, you take full damage unless you have reflex. Sorry, what's it called? Evasion. I can't find the rule with a quick Google. I'm almost positive it's along those lines. That being said, you're the one that technically gets to make the attack roll with your, because you're like, ready, aim, fire. You know what I mean? They all volley into it. But I feel like it's supposed to be a full round attack to do this. So realistically, they don't move forward. They can kind of hang back there and take the shot. But for the sake of shooting off the edge of a boat, you're not just shooting straight up to go like 3 feet over. They're going to walk to the edge of the boat and they're going to... So I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah, they can take like 5 footsteps or whatever, right?
You make the attack roll, Nick, and it's against, if I remember correctly, an AC of like, it's like 10 or 12 or whatever it is to have the volley hit. And then blah, blah, blah. I'll have to look up the rules afterwards because it's been a long time since I did this 3.5 rule.
Sounds good. So I should just use my ranged attack roll, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So your
24.
yeah, so you definitely hit. So then the damage is going to be whatever weapon they use. So if you use a short bow, Do they also all have short bows?
Yeah, I think that's how we are.
So it does 1d6 damage is going to be the damage that it does. And this creature, or whatever it is, has to make a reflex saving throw if it's even within range to get hit. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So. Okay.
They're technically composite, so
I would get the weakest person's strength. So you can just assume that it's a +1. So 1d6 plus 1.
three.
Okay. So 3 points of damage are shot into the lake at whatever this creature is to try to hurt them, right? Which is awesome. So you're actually potentially harms this thing. Very next thing creature is going to act is going to be that thing. And now that like your men like rushed forward and they're kind of like lining up and they're taking the shot with a volley, this is where I'm going to attack all of your men. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to open roll.
What was Dencho doing? His clan, were they like preparing to attack these things as they were going up?
He hasn't given them the orders yet. Well, actually, no, hold up. Jake, you actually did give them the orders as part of what we were talking about beforehand. What was the order?
It would have been to more or less combat people on deck. But
Nobody's on deck yet, so they can definitely be prepared for it. Prepare an action to... Okay. So, attacking the first one of your men. It's a 21 chance to hit. The damage against your random soldier is going to be... 13 points of damage. I'm not sure if the random soldier survives that or not, but just in case it does, and I'm now going to do my grapple attempt against the soldier to pull it into the water. Okay, it's in the water. I'm going to attack your second soldier now. I assume a 15 hits a random soldier. I'm going to do the damage against it. Followed by a, what's it called? Grapple to pull it in. I'm going to attack the third one with my third attack. A 24 probably also pulls it in. I'm going to attack my fourth attack. How many soldiers did you bring with you?
5.
No, we have 10
10.
each. Yeah.
H. Sorry.
This is my fifth attack, I believe. Ooh! That one did not get pulled in, but took 14 points of damage. How much health does the average soldier have?
It's a level 1 soldier, so it's dead.
Okay. And my sixth soldier that I'm attacking. And now we've discovered that it has 6 attacks that I can reach out of the water with, and all 6 attacks reach up, grab soldiers, wrapping around various parts of their bodies, choking them and whatnot, and dragging them into the water down below. Now we have this information. That's good information to have.
This is happening.
What you see, this is while you're down there having that conversation. This happens the whole time. It's kelp. It's like grabbing things and like whoa, all being pulled off as you see these incredible soldiers of yours, people that you know well, that you've trained well, just all get ripped off of the ship one at a time, sometimes 2 at a time, into the water down below. Needless to say, the other 4 soldiers kind of like clambered in to try to get away as quickly as possible. You have to make a morale check in a second. Densho, you watch this. You, sir, are welcome to make a morale check for your soldiers. Watching that shit happen. You do have, because you're watching that army get that's a devastated army. That's not you lost 10 or 20% of your people. That's you lost 60%. That is a devastated army. So that being said, you have a penalty of 1 for morale because of that. But at the same time, you're also much bigger now than you were before, so you get a +2. So it's a +1 bonus on top of your typical morale bonus. You get to roll. Hey, I tried to kill you guys quietly one at a time, but you wanted to attack me. And I believe we know whose fault this is, V-Sword, because she rolled that 13. Morale check. Your men are not really wanting to go to the edge of the boat, Jake, but they're there. They're not fleeing or anything. Okay. What do you do, sir?
The order that I'm going to give them, there's, I'd say, a lot of rope around the ship, right? I mean, I don't know how strong this thing is, if you can pull, like, that much weight. Try and tie themselves almost to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a lot harder to rip them off the boat.
Okay. Okay.
I'll also tell them to throw Naren's people rope. Obviously, they won't be able to tie it to them or anything. But and I'll say to Naren, pull back from the edge.
I'm definitely pulling my soldiers back from the edge. So
Yeah.
You're able to give your orders pretty easily. You know what I mean? Yeah, honestly, giving orders should be like a move action, like it is for a fucking range with an animal companion. These are just a bunch of animal companions for you. But what do you do with your turn, sir?
Well, I can't see anything, so I mean, I guess I will
Jump into the water and start hacking at it?
Nope.
Wimp.
Let's make our arms longer, so if anything comes to the edge, I can hit it.
What now? You get what? What is it?
15-foot reach.
15-foot reach?
Unless he has a reach weapon, it's 15-foot reach.
Hey, that's pretty good. If you got more than one attack of opportunity, you get plenty of them.
No, now he has to go to the edge of the boat and start attacking. That's what he's got to do.
Well,
So-
no, if he stands in the middle of the boat's not 15 foot across, is it?
No.
My hope is hopefully with them pulling back, it might reveal itself a little bit there. Maybe, hopefully.
We'll see. Anyways, so that's going to be clan. So how many did I take so far? Was that 11 people? 6 and 5. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
took 11
God.
people so far. All right,
That's
cool.
Terrible.
The crew finishes making their way onto the deck of the ship. Like all of the crew starts coming onto the deck of the ship, except for the captain. The captain's not out yet. He'll be out next turn. But the rest of the crew comes onto the deck of the ship. They're kind of like freaking out, looking at what the hell it is to do. But like the captain will be here next turn. So, anyways, so it's they just getting up here. They can't act yet. Naren, it's your turn.
I'm gonna order my men to step back away from the edge. Fire another volley first. You said it's a 4 round, so they can't do that. So, fuck that. They're going down there. They don't stand a chance against this thing.
It's a full retreat.
Yeah, they'll do a full retreat. If I see Varric stepping up, I am going to
Jump off the edge of the thing and attack it like a man.
Yes, well, I'm going to be ready to back him up, so I'll ready a charge if anything comes up to meet him.
I got your back. Don't hold me back. I got your back.
That's right. I'm going to Kevin Hart this shit. You
Yes!
go get him.
Yes, that was like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart all the way.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, it's so funny. All right, so that's how that's happening. Maybe Tesla will have the balls to jump off the side of the boat when he gets up here.
Only got a +4 to swim, so no.
That's right. They have one more round, and then the round after that, you get to come up. So,
Yeah.
because you're hearing like the of them like moving around or whatever. Up there.
I'm hoping me defeating her resolves the situation, but
So they rush back entirely, like they all run back, to the into the area where they can't be reached to. So instead, what we're gonna do is for the crew members that didn't know what the hell was going on, that are kind of come up and lagging towards the side of the boat, I'm just gonna attack 2 of them, for the sake of simplicity.
Oh, I will use a swift action or whatever to grant to activate my teamwork feat, paired opportunist for Varric and I.
Cool. Black person's dead, but just for funsies. Oh my god, what a waste of a 20. And then the other commoner, the other crew member.
They're just all dead.
And this makes for the total of 13 people have been pulled overboard so far.
Holy shit. Soon we're not gonna have enough people to operate the ship.
Of crew, there's literally a captain plus 2 crew left.
Which is the minimum we needed, huh?
So all I do is pull 2 off. I don't do anything else. Because I only have 2 hands, I can only pull 2 off at once, if you know what I'm saying. So, and that's where it is. It's now Densho's turn. Densho, what do you do, baby?
Gonna order everyone back from the side. Why would you fight a creature in something that it's comfortable in?
Yeah. So he's like
Fine
everybody
line
to the
between
center.
like being a hero and being stupid.
Yeah, so it's more or less to the center of the boat, or get under deck.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't have anything else. I'll prepare an action, I guess. And I'll blood rage.
Okay. Bear an action, and you blood rage.
Yeah,
All right.
and my prepared action is to attack it if I'm able to, and I'll be power attacking it.
Awesome. So you prepare for that. So it's crew time. The captain finally comes out from his quarters and comes out and like looks around and goes, "Oh God! In the name of the gods and all of the hells, what is? We need to kill the thing. I realized what it is. We're not going to be able to get the thing while it's down and in the we're not going to be able to get the thing if it's just hiding in the water. We're going to have to lure it up by attacking it. We need to properly attack the thing to make it want to come up here. We need to piss it off." That's what he says.
Okay.
Anything else? No, maybe, yes.
What is it?
He says, it's a kelp beast. The whole thing, there's legends of this. It's just a giant kelp beast. It's hungry. It's trying to feed off of us so it can grow, baby, whatever it's going to do.
Alright.
Okay, cool. After him is Narin. After Narin is the creature, and then Cell rolls into initiative, but his turn is spent coming to the top deck of the ship unless he does something else. Okay? Because
So
now
he
you're
says-
now you're caught up initiative-wise.
Yeah, I'll have plans.
Yep. Nick?
Do I roll initiative here?
You will after 2 people go, but yes.
Okay.
Nick?
I'm gonna tie myself off with a rope.
Okay. Yeah, auto asphyxiate right on the deck.
Oh God. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Is there a better place to do it?
I wasn't hugged enough as a child. So you so you more or less just grab a rope and kind of like tie it around one of your arms, so you kind of like tie it off. Or are you talking about like around your
No,
waist?
my waist. Because if nothing happens with this next round, I'm gonna dragoon that shit.
What's the other side of the rope tied to?
I'm gonna a deck post, the mast.
Sure. So you just spin around like as one round action, you kind of like move over, step next to a mast, a 5-foot step, whatever it is. Tie a rope around your waist quickly, and then tie it around whatever structure's nearby. Make sure it's a long enough rope that you can, in theory, go off of the ship, but not but still have something to pull back up with. Gotcha. Cool. All right. No more hand burns. Awesome. So that's what you do. Your turn. After that is going to be the creature. Everybody had moved away from the side of the ship. So, creature does nothing. Roll into initiative, sir, man, boy, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Boyo, you don't just get to the top of the ship. You don't just run up here. You get to run up and still have an action.
So
That's crazy. So
Yeah, I
you
know.
hear there's a bunch of shit going on upstairs. You stab the thing. You whack it a couple more times. Finally, it drops you again. You see green blood. But you also hear a ton of commotion going on upstairs. What do?
I look at Aaliyah and Aurorum.
Mm-hmm.
Tie her up.
Okay.
I like swing the door open and I yell, "Men of Clan Shadow, up the dock or up the ship."
So you say that and you start going up that way, and you see Kushibashi looking all sorts of freaked out and say, "I'm going to do that."
Whatever the beast is, we have to fight it.
Send your men back down.
Whoa. So this is down below deck that this happens. So you can imagine he runs upstairs with his men with him, and you kind of like look over, seeing this happening because you're like tying rope off around yourself or whatever, and you probably look at him and say,
Send your men back down. They hold no chance.
I look down.
Can I also hear?
You hear
like,
it? They're right
Tessel,
there.
Like yelling to his men to come.
No, probably because there's like a bunch of shit going on upstairs and whatnot, so you don't hear it as you would hear whatever it is, them coming up, same as Nick just did.
I look down. Prepare to help the wounded. And I guess
Can you give me a perception check?
You do not hear it. Because it's not like he's screaming at the top of his lungs. There's like a lot of commotion happening right now.
Yeah. Seeing that the
reach weapon, damn it.
Oh, well, you can ask me now.
It's gonna be like a
You
toothpick in
already
your
did.
hand. You're gonna be like,
Just go back downstairs for me and grab my weapon, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just yell. I'll just yell one. Grab. What was it? It wasn't a pike. It was a. I say the weapon's name. Made from Shade
What
of
is it?
Steel. The weapon that he fought the Ashen Boar with.
oh, the pike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made it, so I just tell the men to grab it.
Barish or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either way, it's going to be the
So
Shadow Pike or whatever you want to call it. So
I will, seeing that my companions are tying themselves off, I join in this matter.
yep.
And
that would be your turn. But go ahead.
And I'll just yell, if you have any sort of minds, I have captured the woman that you sent on board the ship. She is not dead. If you wish to see her alive, stop your assaults.
Okay.
I don't know if it has sentience or what the fuck's going on.
You call that out or whatever. That's fine. And that's gonna be the end of the turn. Let's go to Clan Densho.
All right, so
You
what
won't
I'm
get your
gonna
weapon
do
till
is-
next time. Just so you know. But go ahead.
Then I'm gonna time. Just gonna. Did I already tie myself to the mast?
No.
Okay, well then I'm gonna do that.
Oh, good.
Your rope is also enlarged.
Only if it was on his person.
Oh, that's fair.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna tie the super heavy guy to the mast, and that way when he goes overboard, it totally doesn't break the
The
mast.
whole ship fucking lopsides and we all die.
Well, I don't care. I don't want to be pulled into the thing. I'm also gonna have the men grab hold of my legs. So I'm gonna stand at the edge with this thing, hitting into it with like these orcs grabbing at my legs.
I can see it
So
too.
you can't even get proper angling. Like you get it's like when your kids hold on to your legs. You get two kids. They're both grabbing your legs. You try to walk around the house and instead you eat it instead. That's gonna be what happens.
Ah, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, sure, perfectly
He,
fine.
he
All right.
just uses his strength, none of his dexterity to hold on.
So anyways, so what do you do with your turn? You tying yourself off?
Yep.
Okay. So you start grabbing. It's going to take a lot of rope for you. So you have to grab up a whole length of rope just to tie it around your waist, and then you have to go start tying it off on another rope, or hand the responsibility to somebody else to tie off
That's
to
what I
another
have
rope tied
minions
around.
for.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Yep, that's fine. So you literally spend your whole turn tying it off on you and handing the rope to them for them to start tying off and around the rope or whatever. It's not quite done yet, but it'll be done by the end of your next turn. But next turn, you're expecting your weapon to come to you now anyways, which is fine. All right, the captain makes his way over. He doesn't tie himself off. He just kind of gets a little bit central by you guys, and he's like, it's going to start attacking the ship if we don't kill it soon, or at least piss it off or something.
Either be of use or shut your mouth. That's what I have to say.
He looks at you as you say that. Roll me a perception check, Nick. After it's gonna be Darren's turn, anyways.
1
second.
Can I ask the dude if he has
One
if
second.
the creature okay.
What are you asking him?
Oh, if the creature has any sentience.
So you look to the guy. You can actually roll a perception check as well. And this only applies because of Nick's weapon. Cell is actually the one that sees it, not Nick. And again, you only see it because there's light from his torch. Light makes it so you're not in grayscale. All of a sudden, you're talking to the guy and you realize his eyes are like emerald green.
Oh shit!
You don't recall them ever being green before.
I would just yell, "Watch the captain. He may be an enemy."
What? Me? But that's turn. So Nara, it's your turn.
I just told you this.
I'll charge him.
The captain, you attack him. He's like
Yep.
right there, so you don't even need to charge. He's just like, go ahead, attack.
Sicka. Yeah.
I don't know if I said he may be an enemy, but Tessel's unsure. He doesn't know the fuck is going.
It's survival mode right now. He just saw
I
more than
know.
half his army die. I get it.
Yeah.
This guy has fucking green eyes. It's just he didn't have them before.
Mhm.
He might be charmed. Wait, can I recall if Auroram's eyes went green?
You were not paying attention to that shit downstairs.
Fuck.
So anyways, yeah, 17's definitely gonna hit him.
He's just fucking dead.
Just look at his blood. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh god, jeez.
14 damage definitely drops him.
Is his blood green?
So I imagine after you see Naren just respond, or sorry, 16 damage definitely drops him. After Naren just goes like fucking ham on the guy, you immediately like think to yourself, that's not what I meant. But take the opportunity to take this step forward and bend down. It's red blood.
Ah.
Well, I don't give a shit. I will 5-foot step over to the ledge, and I have one more attack left, and I will just jab my Naginata down into the water.
Well, you're at the mast. That's more central. You're not gonna be able to
alright.
5-foot step. Yeah, but you could, you
And
can
I
walk
will
over there if you
position-
want, or
I will walk over there then.
so not quite to the ledge, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
Is he dead? Like I can't potion him?
It's a good question. You can figure that out on your turn. All right. After that is going to be the creature's turn. So Nick walks over to the ledge, but not quite to the ledge, to be clear. He just gets closer. Okay, yeah. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. So I am going to you guys hear like a as the thing kind of slowly drops down underneath the water a bit and then splashes upwards, like with a big splash upwards to allow it to gain some altitude or elevation as it like clambers up the side of the ship a little bit, and one of the tentacles reaches out to grab at Nick. Now, because of the fact that I'm moving, I'm not staying stationary. I only get one attack as per the rules. Okay?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
Full-attack
allow
action.
and then I'm going to allow gravity to drop me back down afterwards. So I get one attack against Nick. Not all of my attacks, which you guys know to be 6. Here's my attack, please. A 22 should be enough to hit him. So I'm not going to daddy dice it. 22 hits you?
Mm-hmm.
Where's
Okay.
the axe speaker now?
Below deck, definitely.
Yeah.
So I do just 11 points of damage to you, which I'll describe that damage for you if you'd like. So the way it works is this tentacle kind of like reaches outwards. It has this like very heavy smack against you, where it like is both bludgeoning and stinging at the same time as it smacks around you and gets you just kind of like sopping wet around the side of your face and whatnot. And the thing just starts like reaching and grabbing around your body and just squeezing incredibly tight, kind of like tentacles. So you have to imagine that all the damage combined is just a bunch of like bludgeoning damage, right? And then it squeezes extremely tight, and then with more force than you could possibly imagine, it just starts trying to rip you away and down out of the ship. This is gonna be my grapple check. This is the one where you hope I roll a 1.
Oh, that's still probably high.
I imagine I beat you by more than by more than 5.
You beat me by 6.
Perfect. So that means I have enough to not just grapple you, but to also pull you. Technically, you weren't at the edge. It pulls you to the edge, which is within my reach when I splash back down. So I'm
thank
still
God.
grappling you, but you're at the edge of the boat. So you're like on the edge. You can imagine like your character's kind of like it gets the damage, gets hurt, whatever, gets pulled forward, like puts a hand on the actual like ledge of the boat. It's like hold himself steady or whatever it is, as he's like looking down with this flaming thing in the other hand. and he's like, trying to hold himself up
Wouldn't the
there.
rope snap taut as well?
It's not going to be that short of a rope. It's going to be enough that he's going to be able to jump down and
Okay,
attack,
yeah,
but still be pulled back up. Yeah. So that's his turn. Top of initiative with Tessel.
I might like this captain.
Anti-monster? Oh, boy.
I might like this captain, but I kind of like Naran a bit more than the captain. So hopefully, if he's dead, that sucks. If he can live a couple more rounds for me to give him a potion, he'll live. But yeah,
Cool story, bro. I'll let you sleep at night.
yeah, I will. How far away is like this tentacle wrapped around Naran?
I mean, Narin's pretty close to you. You can take like 2 steps to get up to him. So I would say he's maybe 10 feet away.
So that means I can attack it if I 5-foot step, or do I have to move 10 feet?
Do you have reach?
No.
Then you'd have to move 10 feet.
Unlucky. That's fine. Let me check abilities because I have a lot of them. Okay. This one.
Xylamos wants me to rip your arm right off. Xylamos, roll me a D1000. If it's a 50 or less, I'll rip his arm off right now.
So I will take my 10 feet, walk 10 feet, and I will never. I will attack the vines.
True hero here, Zai. True hero.
I'll
Attack the vines. Yep.
Yep.
God damn it, Joey.
Yep. The vines get attacked. 23 hit the vines.
23 is really good chance to hit.
I'm assuming it's immune to precise damage.
I don't know why you would assume that.
Well, 11 points of slashing damage. Assuming the precise doesn't count.
So 11 points is actually a pretty good amount of damage. So you're actually able to rush up to the vines, and quickly as Naran's kind of get grappled there, you actually rush forward, and with that amount of damage that you do there, I have to make a fortitude save. Where are you? Oh, yeah, there it is. That's pretty solid. So it's nothing crazy. It's a DC 15. I have a really good chance of beating this. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you do not sever the vine, but you do.
I swift action and I attack again at my highest stab with Key Panache.
Doesn't that require you to do it as
It just says as a swift action, you gain one of the following 3 benefits: make an additional attack at your highest bab.
Wait. When making a full attack, bitches.
Oh,
boom.
True. I did not see
Oh.
that. You're right. Then I won't.
I'm
do
always
that.
right, baby. I'm the DM.
That's not true.
It's my job.
Then it's fine. I won't spend the panache, and I will sit there. And yeah, it's my turn.
Thanks for the sweet message, Cherry. Just read it right now. Okay, cool. Now it's Densho's turn. Densho, Tesla's clan comes up with your weapon.
Did this thing
bring
flung
this
itself out of the water though, right?
It didn't splash back down.
It jumps.
Like swam
I-
up, attacked,
Okay,
and then
so-
splashed back down.
All right, so it's back in the water again then.
Yep.
All right, well I'll take it. I'll take
Mm-hmm.
the weapon. The weapon is now a large weapon, right?
It's
Entered my possession.
medium sized.
Yeah, but within large person, don't your weapons get
Yeah,
bigger as well?
it only
Yeah, they
enlarges
do.
if it's on your person.
When they're on your person.
Okay.
So- I don't think the rules suggest, but that's fine though, because the weapon's already a reach weapon, right?
Yeah. Just I don't know whether I'd be better off using the other one or not.
Because reach would already make your 10 feet, right? And then your large
Oh, yeah,
size
20
makes it
foot reach.
15, and then exactly 20 feet. But give me 1 second, I want to confirm something.
I imagine because the reach from being large isn't from the weapon being larger; it's from your arms physically being longer.
And
should
large
have
person,
20
so
foot
by raw, Enlarged person happens only at casting time. Raw explanation. Both spells explicitly states that any enlarged reduced item that leaves an enlarged or reduced creature's possession, including a projectile throwing weapon, instantly returns to its normal size. Since they don't mention any size change when entering the creature's possession, it's safe to assume they initially did. Initially didn't include it because they didn't intend for it to happen. So yeah, it's whatever's on your person at the time of casting. And if it leaves your person, it gets small again. So like the big ass weapon you're about to put down to have the pike, that's going to stay big if you leave it on your person. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to get an. If I don't grab hold of the pike right now, can I get an all-out, like a full attack because of my reach?
Yeah, you have a reach of 20 feet. This thing is 15 feet away. 15, if you're standing behind Nick, you can still attack it. Yeah. And did I never make those macros on here? I thought I did. Oh shit, Jake, you got. Oh yeah, no, I thought I did. There we go. I just didn't put it out. Ooh. That was from Zai. And don't forget, you also have your Winnies.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'm gonna attack with my falchion because I can, and it's probably better at this stage because you said it's 15 feet away.
Well, then that means you're not standing behind Nick. You're standing adjacent to him.
Yep.
So you're walking up to stand next to Nick. Cool. Can you go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check, please, and thank you?
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll explain.
You are on a boat. It's honestly fair. The boat might tip at this point.
So you're really fucking big, and as you're really fucking big, and you're walking up there, think about how much does Varric weigh most of the time? What's his character's weight?
Wow. 242.
242 pounds times 8.
Oh God.
Right. So, and that's not including your equipment, which also gets heavier. So if you assume with all your equipment and everything, you weigh, let's say 255. What did you say? 242? Let's assume you're close to 300. We're going to say 290 times 8 equals 2,320 pounds. That's a ton. That's over a ton of weight. That is walking, shifting back and forth as you step up. The boat is rocking back and forth, and literally the bow of the ship is now starting to like dip as you're walking towards it, right? Like the whole thing is tilting as you move. And with your acrobatics check that low, unfortunately, you now have to make a reflex save to not fall off the side of the ship. As you're walking up, and the whole thing fucking tilts. Nick, because he's walking to stand up directly next to you, you have to make one as well, but you're smaller, so your reflex save, Nick, is a DC 7. His is a DC 15. Oh, he has a... Well, hold on. +3 while blood raging. No, that's only against spells. So you have to luck it. Oh, Nick, holy shit, Nick.
Do I have to roll anything here?
Nope, you're far enough away from the way the bolt is tilting. You can just like, with the pole next to you. But you see like bodies and stuff shifting.
What about my rope?
Remember, the rope is meant to help you to come back on, right?
Mine is not, remember? Because I specifically said I was going to stand at the edge.
Absolutely. You want that rope to be a factor?
Yes, I do.
Oh, God.
So the rope is going to make it so you don't go falling off the boat.
But that's what it was for. I can't change it now.
The rope is going to make it so you don't go falling off the boat. But the problem is if you have something that's, fulcrum is. Do you? Yeah. Okay.
Cool. TPK is Jake's fault. Okay, I blame Jake.
So you're like walking, and the boat's like, and you're like, hey, I'm just gonna like, you're like pulling the boat with you as you're going, and so you literally feel like seeing the entire mast and everything.
Hang on. My turn wasn't over. All right. I can luck it, but I was asking you if it gave me any additions to the roll.
Yeah, it's additionally pulling the mast as well. Mm-hmm. It's gonna stop you from falling in.
15.
But luckily, you very quickly like take your falchion and you like swing it up over your head and like lean backwards while blood raging. Or I think your blood rage stopped, but then you just kicked it back up again or whatever. You like lean backwards, the whole boat just kind of like tilts backwards. But as it's like tilting backwards at its height or whatever it is, you just take that moment to like lean forward and swing down and attack the creature. If you would like, you could attack the creature. However, you're going to take a -2 to your attack roll for being unbalanced. And that kind of heavy thrust, whatever, It's going to require you to make another acrobatics check.
Don't drown us all, Jake, please. You have the highest swim. I got a 4 to my swim right now.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Scott?
I love when people get big on a boat.
I don't know why you enlarge yourself on the boat.
Oh man, you
Well,
2,000 pounds. I love it.
That's like you don't enlarge yourself on boats.
Yeah. So what do you want?
Do you want attack roll with a -2? Don't forget the +1 for aid of the martyrs. So
No.
so it's technically a -1 total.
I won't influence your choice.
I mean, it's better for me not to attack, unfortunately, as much as I would like to. I'm gonna have to step back because I'm gonna tip the whole ship over.
Yes, that's why you don't enlarge yourself on a boat. Have
Well-
you been on a boat in your life?
I figured this was a huge barge. All right.
Jake,
Many
have you been
people.
on a medium-sized boat before? Like where you sit with like 4 people on it, right? If someone walks from the front to the back, the boat changes in like how
Yeah,
it's
but
in the water.
imagine this boat's also a fishing boat, right? I've seen those things where they get like, you know,
But a
it's
not
so
made of
lake-
much fish there.
Lake fishing boat.
It's also
not
made
an
of
ocean.
wood, not metal. So it doesn't have like super sophisticated buoyancy mechanisms to not sink. This
Right,
isn't-
well,
These aren't modern boats that can all like.
I'm
Tons.
gonna have to move back, I guess. Can I use that as part of my move so I can prepare in case something is like attacked at me?
You can definitely walk up there, shit goes sideways, you're like, nah, and walk backwards. Absolutely. Mhm.
Oh my god.
All right, well, I'll prepare an attack.
It's not like you walked
unfortunately.
far. You're taking a look.
Yeah.
It's not big steps for you. All right, cool.
Yeah, so I'll prepare an attack in case, you know, it tries to grapple anyone and I can try and attack it.
So we don't have to really worry about the crew so much. It's now Naren's turn. Naren, what do you do, sir? This thing is still holding on. It's still holding on to you, but it got really messed up by Cell's character. Your balance was also thrown off, but you had no chance of falling in. And because you rolled so well, I'm not going to give you a penalty to your attack roll. Everything's like thrown around, but you're able to like ride the wave.
Awesome.
It's not the size of the ship; it's the motion of the ocean, right, Nick?
That's right. That's right. And I'm good at the motion. All right.
Poor Jake. Jake's like it was about to have an epic moment. I feel kind of bad. Sorry, Jake.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Can't dispute logic.
It makes sense Varix would do it because he probably doesn't know like how buoyancy works.
Yeah, well, Varix' thinking also is I'm gonna make myself bigger so it can't just like pull me so easily because it's just throwing people off the ship.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's just like you
Yeah.
just can't fight on a boat when enlarged.
I can't. Yeah.
It's just how boats work, you know. Buoyancy's a
Mhm.
buoyancy's a bitch.
Mhm.
Fuck physics, boys. Oh god.
That's a really good attack roll. Hold on, let me just double check something. Are you comfortable with your attack roll, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Because your weapon's a reach weapon, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you kind of lean down and oh no, yeah, it's right, it's the tentacle. Yep, you hit.
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
Two
So
fire. Does that change anything?
you actually funny enough, actually, fire does nothing to it's a wet plant. Yeah.
I could
Like if you
ask.
try to burn seaweed, good luck. It can be done, but you have to have a pretty intense fire. Anyways, let me make another fortitude save. This time, because you know how much damage you did to it. Before it's DC 15, now it's a DC 25, or it loses an arm. Yeah, I'm not going to doubt his dice that. It loses one of its tentacles, and you did another 10 points of damage to the thing, which is pretty intense. That's
So
pretty
do
cool.
I free myself from the grapple then?
You both free yourself from the grapple and sever one of its fronds.
Is another frond within reach of a strike?
So because of how long the thing is, it actually has a reach of 15 feet. You only have a reach of 10 feet. So in short, no.
Okay.
Which so Jake was actually doing smart things. Anything else with your turn, sir? Or can you not with a move action?
I don't think so. Let me check my side abilities to see if I can buff my allies real quick.
How does Varix's wiggly arms look in this?
Oh, Varix, I am so sorry. I forgot to make you do this last turn because I only did it once so far with this creature. Varix, could you go ahead and make me a for when I oh fuck, this would have changed your actual turn this time. You're probably going to make the save, but I would have done this to you on my turn when I attacked you. You actually have to make a will save. It's a charm effect, so you are able to get bonuses if you have that from one of your races.
He was fucking charmed. Okay.
I have a reach weapon, so technically, when this thing swung, it should have procced an attack of opportunity on me anyway.
Attacks don't provoke attack of opportunity, only when people move into your range.
So
18.
The tentacles are its weapons, right?
Correct, yes. What was the total? Not Verix.
18.
Not Verix. Naren. I never hit you. Did I say Verix?
What'd you?
You did say
said
Verix.
me.
Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean Verix. I meant Naren because I never touched you. So you would not have been affected. It would have been Nick. It would have changed Nick's turn. Yeah.
So
You're rolling a will save.
a will save.
Yeah.
I
got the cat. I get it technically. I get it twice a day. I use one on the captain. You're the next person I would have attacked that's worth using it on.
Gotcha. And it's an enchantment effect.
Yes, sir.
I get a +2 against those. So.
Yes, sir.
Piece of shit. Where?
Don't forget you have whatever's wisdom. Call it if you're going to use it now.
Oh God, yeah. I'm going to use that.
Okay.
That whole +2 to will looks like it needs a little help.
Okay, so that means you have plus 7 in total. Put on top. You have plus 9 total. Cool.
Yeah.
Or 8 or whatever. Got it.
9. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 for him. Yeah, crush it. You're good. You're good. So then your turn. It's your turn. You cut the thing. It falls off. The frond falls off. So on and so forth, and you're perfectly fine. And Naren, you just got another one for its wisdom. So it was just returned literally as you did it by Steve. So who gave you the original? So anyways, you remove the frond, which is amazing. And what do you do with your move action? You said you back up.
Yeah.
And then it's the creature's turn, and perception checks the two of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm free to come aboard.
Hold on, Sal. The creature's turn. Perception checks you two guys.
What about me? I'm on the ship.
You're not at the edge though. You're still safely in the middle.
I thought it was next to Nara and attacking the thing that was holding it. Remember?
Oh yeah, perception check. I'm sorry, I forgot you are up there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a piece of kelp in my eye.
Huh. Well, just say you got a cut in your eye. You know,
Did I
from when I
luck it?
smacked you in the face, you just got like.
Do we think we needed 20 or what?
No,
up to you, man.
don't like it.
Okay. I'll leave it.
You see pretty much all of the kelp drop underwater. And I mean like pretty much all of the kelp that's there just drops underwater. Only little bits are floating up top, including like that one strand that was just severed from Nick.
Does our ship start moving?
No. Oh, wait. You mean because of like the basic wind or whatever?
Yeah.
If it's going to take like this instantaneous. It takes a while to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So you wouldn't notice yet. Tesla, it's your turn.
I guess. Are we taking a step back?
You can ask them.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking them.
I would say, quick, Tessel, give a sermon to the sails so we can start moving.
I walk over to the captain and I feed him a potion.
Because he blows a bunch of hot air. Yeah.
I feed the captain a cure light wounds potion.
Cool. You go up to the captain. You feed him a cure light wounds potion. None of the wounds close.
That's unfortunate.
He died literally last turn.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rough.
I tried.
Yeah.
But he was charmed. He probably could have fucked us over.
So you just lost the potion or whatever, unfortunately. You
Yeah.
got 2 crew members left. So
yeah,
anyways.
I mean, but I had to do that. I mean,
No. You did the
Yeah.
right thing. You literally, Nick wouldn't have been able to sever that thing by himself. So he probably would have been pulled overboard just now.
Yeah.
All right. So you go over there, you drop to a knee, pulling out a potion, and you feed it to him. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Densho, it's your turn. What do you do?
I'm gonna prepare to attack.
Okay.
Anything comes on board, I'll attack it.
Absolutely. The crew stay down below deck. And we don't need that anymore. I was just, for the captain. And then Naren, it's your turn.
Shit. I guess I will see if we can pull up the net was holding us down, or did they cut it free?
They cut it free before, yeah.
So I will yell to what's left of the crew and say, what do we have to do to get this thing moving?
The crew, it's just kind of like down below deck. Others will kind of like call like the kushibashi that's down there. They hears you calling for them. They start bringing them upstairs to start responding. So they won't be able to act now, but they'll be able to act next time. Okay, to get to moving, to like pulling the ropes and whatnot, to drop the sails and get things where they need to be. Nothing happens.
I'll prepare an action this turn.
Throw the captain's body overboard.
I don't listen to you, so anyway, I'm assuming you don't say that. So.
Well, I do.
Okay. So
I say it can wait till after we get out of here.
It's more to see if the kelp monster is going to come and gobble it up. If it's still hanging around, or if it ran away.
Just grabs him with one hand and throws him over the side.
That's actually very easy. It's like,
Yeah.
Could
I have a 30 strength right now, so.
yeah.
It could have had It could have had key. He could have keys on him that could have been useful.
It's not the keys to the boat. Okay, if it's keys to a door, we'll break the door down.
Anything you do, you got to turn Tessel? You prepared an action?
I prepare an action to attack anything that goes on.
Cool. We honestly, that was just like a move action for you. That wasn't even a standard action for you, Jake, because your freaking strength. He's like, kerplunk. It's like, he's like, I can use these rules. I can use logic against you too, Scott. So you prepare an action as well. Nothing happens. Guess what? The body just keeps floating there.
I imagine this probably goes on for like a couple minutes.
The crew comes upstairs. They start like moving the sails and whatnot and getting the boat starting to move. And the boat does in fact start moving away. As it's moving away, or whatever it is, you guys are gonna be able to kind of like watch after it, and the pale moonlight shining down and like shining off, and the stars or whatever shining off the water. Eventually, you do see something kind of like, and you see the body get pulled underwater from like a good distance away. Now, before we end the session for the evening, one thing I am going to point out is there's a body downstairs you're going to want to address or undress.
That's
to see if it's
fucked up.
No, to see if it's like a plant creature because it was bleeding green. You know what
I
mean? And one of the things that you're going to go down there, one of the first things you're going to look to see, I know, is whether or not Auroram's eyes are green. The question is, what color are Auroram's eyes always?
Jake,
what are they normally? I'm trying to click there really quickly.
I'm unlisted.
Ooh,
they're not green.
Ooh, hold on, I gotta check Discord from the person that made them.
They're certainly not emerald green.
You don't know that. Hold up. I gotta find where's it was Grimesy. Grimesy, let's see. All the way up to the top. What is it? Thing. Oh, that's right. Aurorum Docs. Download that docs real quick. Open it up. Physical appearance. So let's see. It is stocky, slightly overweight, but still maintains a decent amount of muscle mass. To others, he hasn't had a particularly hard life, avoiding the treachery of the barren land, slavery, and hard labor. Hair color dark brown. Hairstyle bald with medium-sized ponytail. Tusks medium-sized, pointed upward and slightly outwards. Facial hair, his beard is mostly short, with the exception of a tied goatee that reaches to the bottom of his chest. Clothes, light gray robes with hood, long necklace adorned with small ritualistic artifices or artifacts, whatever it is. Eyes, green. Ooh. Eyes green. Wow.
Yeah, but not emerald green.
But what shade they are.
Emerald green is not a color eyes you naturally have.
What shade they are, you don't know. Because how much time do you spend staring at Auroram's eyes and marking his color? You know what I mean? Like, there are people that I work with 40 hours a week, and right now I can't tell you what color their eyes are. Like, I couldn't tell you to save my fucking life. I'm going to assume that everybody has brown eyes. I just assume everybody's shitty and boring like myself.
Oh, I got brown eyes too.
Yeah, shitty and boring like myself. So one of these two schmucks, brown eyes, right? Right, boys? Nick's gonna be like, I got hazel. Fucking brown eyes. Yeah, exactly. So anyways, it's like being right-handed. You're boring.
Okay. Well, first of all, Xylemos, you gotta calm. All right, I'm fighting. Cell comes upstairs, tells me the captain's he's gonna kill me,
No, that's not what I
he's
said. He might.
dangerous. He might be dangerous in the middle of a fight. I just had half my soldiers mowed down. Yeah, I'm gonna stab the fucker. Okay, the captain died. I'm sorry. I'll pay his family the 50 copper he would have made in his entire lifetime, and we'll fucking move on.
Xylemos, there's no way Xylemos, we couldn't have tied the captain to something. That's not like how this combat would have worked. We would have fucking someone would have drowned if we did that.
Xylemos, if you really wanted the captain to be tied to something, we could have tied him to one of the fucking mine carts and just sent him down into the Shadow. No. Anyways,
I fully expect to get hammered with trump cards next session.
Well, good news is we're not playing next week because I'm going to be in Maine, so that gives everybody a couple of minutes to simmer down. So I got to post tomorrow. I'm going to be posting up my schedule for next week. But as a reminder, next week, like we're talking Monday through Friday, not a single session is happening. So, and I'm going to post my next few weeks schedule just for everybody's going to keep track of whatever it is. But Monday to Friday, it's going to be 0 sessions. I'm deleting Twitter and Discord from my cell phone. And I'm going to take an entire week from Saturday to Saturday. I'm going to be just with the family, just relaxing and enjoying my my time up there. So I will return that second Saturday. I'll be like popping back in and being like, "Hi, is everybody still around? Did you all abandon me?"
We all left.
Yeah, like
everyone leave.
One week is too long.
Everyone just leave the Discord for a week.
So, anyways, who should I make the Discord daddy in my absence? Who wants that response? Should we make Nick Discord daddy?
What?
In my absence, is that what we should do? Should we make that happen?
I don't like this.
Yeah. Okay. Does Nick want to be Discord daddy? Anybody else? Should we vote on who Discord daddy? We should make Green the community leader.
Oh God, the community gets purged of all evil.
Oh God.
There will be changes around here.
Either it's completely corrupt or it gets purged of everything. Man, you just.
Well, I mean, we can give it to Steve, but then Discord is literally set on fire. Listen, we all got to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow. I got a long week to have Saturday off. I have to work extra hard. So, why don't we finish this up? Cell, anything you want to talk about?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, Tesla, you also got a Winifred's Wisdom. Guys, make sure that you mark that down.
Yeah, I'll write that down.
Yeah, Naren has it. I think you all have one right now.
Oh, huge.
Yeah. All right, so Cell, anything you want to talk about? Any streams you're doing? Anything exciting?
I might stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. Depends. I've been having to watch my little sister a lot of times, so and then it gets too late and I don't feel like streaming. So I'll find out tomorrow.
I'll remind you guys Wednesday night. So obviously Wednesday morning going live when schedule that's getting posted. But Wednesday night 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is over on Twitch.tv/Lost Initiative show where I'm doing my Star Wars campaign on my other channel. So that game is about to get interesting. It's about to be fun. I have a lot of story elements I'm really excited to start telling. It's just whether or not I can keep the crew on course enough to actually get to those story elements. I'm excited because one of the things I'm actually allowing to happen on that channel for people on the Patreon is people could actually write quests for them to go on, write stories. So I'm excited to see what people end up coming up with and what kind of shit we end up putting them through. I have a feeling at least one person is going to send them to Dathomir. It's going to happen, but that's a different conversation. Jake, I know you get that fancy microphone setup and everything going on. You care to tell everybody about your upcoming surprise, or are we keeping that quiet still?
As one doesn't exist, we'll just not talk about it.
Keep playing coy. That's fine. And Nick, anything you care to say, or?
It wasn't my fault, but I'm not sorry.
I think it was actually 100% your fault, and not being sorry is fine. So you can do.
You gave me an indecision and said there might be somebody in danger, and I took care of it.
-4 non-lethal damage. Could have +10 to hit. Probably had 11 AC.
Okay, we're all corrupt warlords except for you.
True.
Okay.
That's not wrong. I don't disagree with that.
Paranoid,
Listen,
right?
I respect what I knew your character would do that. It just makes sense. I'm not mad about it. It's unfortunate. Tessel's gonna be sad about it, but like that's it.
All right, let's get out of here.
This is gonna have to leave a lot of bags of gold with these sailors.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be going back home.
Guys, there's 2 sailors left.
Is it bad in my head that I think Tessel's a cutter?
A what?
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Wait,
Bye, bye,
what the
everybody.
fuck is wrong with
Okay,
you?
bye.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna find somebody to raid. Come raid my friend. They're cool. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good evening.